Hey, it's Frank Salinas here with GrooveKart and the groove.cm team. Today, this video is going to be going over how to set up Google Tag Manager with your GrooveKart store so that you can have the ability to run reports, see which campaigns are working for you, see which products are getting visited more, etc. Now, I have more experience, just to tell you, with Google Universal Analytics, but I want to show you today how to set up the Tag Manager so that you can have both Google Universal Analytics and GA4, which is the new version of their analytics, so you can have both of them running on your store. And so as far as reading reports, generating reports, this video is not going to cover that. We're just going to show you how to set it up. And then later you can learn more about how to generate reports and how to look at the data. There's thousands of videos on YouTube regarding that, hundreds of experts about that. So today we're just going to show you how to set this up with Google Tag Manager in your GrooveKart store so that before you launch your store you can have tracking taking place the moment you get your first visitor. Okay, so a couple things. First thing, what I like to do is use a Gmail related to my store. So today we are looking at our demo store, My Cat Swag. So we have a Gmail that we created in the beginning. I think it's called Best Cat Swag or something like that at Gmail. So we're going to be using that to create our Tag Manager account and our Google Analytics. Okay. And then going back to this document, after that we're going to create a Tag Manager account and start setting that up. And then we're going to create the Google Analytics, set that up, and then connect them together. Okay, so don't worry, we're going to go through this step by step and let's get started. So first thing, you need the Gmail. So if your store was, ilovethemeparks.com, then make sure you have something that you can use for the Google products, like ilovethemeparks@gmail.com or something like that. Okay, and then you're going to go to create your Tag Manager account. So if we go to Google and we just type in Google Tag Manager, you can see here, it's right here, so let's just click on it. Okay, and also I had to switch accounts. Always pay attention and make sure you're logged into the Gmail account for your store, not one of your other ones, because as marketers, I'm pretty sure you have more than one Gmail. So this one, as you can see here, is logged in as Best Cat Swag. Alright, so now we're going to create account. So we're going to say My Cat Swag. Alright. And we're going to use the domain mycatswag.com. And since this is for a website, we're going to choose web. We're not, setting up apps or anything like that. So we're not going to do iOS or Android. And then we're going to hit create. And then you're going to agree to the terms. And then hit yes. And now we're here, and now it is asking you to install the Google Tag Manager on your store. So what do we do? First of all, let me show you how to get there. So you're going to go into your GrooveKart store, click on settings, then pixels, feeds, and embed codes. Click on that. I was already there, but I just want to show you how to get there. And then here's where you're going to put the embed codes. So we're going to go back here. We're going to copy this, and then we're going to paste it here. And then we're going to go back and we're going to copy this code and put this in the body. And then here it says body section, just like that. And this is in the head section. We hit save. Now that's been successfully installed. Now we hit OK. And now we got to set up some new tags. And so now we're going to go ahead. When we go here, we need to set up these new tags. If I click on tag configuration, I'm going to choose either Universal Analytics or GA4. Now I don't have that set up yet, so let's just close out of this. So let's go to Google and let's just type in Google Analytics, and here it is. So let's click it, and I'm probably logged into the wrong account, so let me switch it. Now, depending on how you've set up your account, typically you will go through the process of creating your account. I started one earlier, but I deleted them because I wanted to remake this tutorial for you. So I am logged into the Best Cat Swag Gmail, and we're just going to hit create account. This is inside of Google Analytics, and we're going to do the same thing, and it's going to be similar to what we did previous with the Tag Manager. Okay, and we're going to sign up for emails. That's fine. Next. Now we're going to call it the same thing. Alright, and we're going to choose for me Chicago time, and then show advanced options. This is very important right here. When you do this, you want to create a universal analytics property as well. Okay, and then here we're going to put in my cat swag. Okay, and then we're going to create both Google Analytics 4 and Universal Analytics property. Now the main reason we're doing both is because Universal Analytics will only be around till July of 2023. So you want to go ahead and get a jump on it and set up both of them. Okay, so now we hit next and then choose these settings here and then choose whatever you want as far as how do you intend to use it, and hit create, agree to the terms, accept. Okay, so this it says here data collection isn't active. Now we just created this, so when this page comes up, this measurement ID is for your GA4. Okay, now if you don't know what that is, that's okay. You can go to YouTube, you can go and there's thousands of videos. You can look up what is GA4 versus Universal Analytics. You can go there and find out about it. Okay, so just know when you're on this page, what we're going to do is we're going to click here where it says use existing on-page tag, and then we're going to click on Google Tag Manager, and it's going to tell us what to do. Now we already saw a glimpse of that earlier when I was in the Tag Manager, but I just wanted to show you this. And again, this measurement ID is the same ID as it is up here. So let's go back here and we're going to create a new tag. So add new tag, tag configuration, click this, and let's choose GA4. So click that. Now the measurement ID needs to be put here. So it's very simple. Go back here, copy it, and then go here, paste it. Alright. And if we go back just to review, everything is fine. Leave everything else as is. Then we're going to click on triggers, and we're going to make the triggers be all pages. Now you hit save, and then I just name it exactly the name it gives me. And then now we have that workspace change. Now we're going to go back and we want to go into analytics, and we're going to close out of this. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go back here to the admin, and now we see our admin account and then the property. And then if you click on this, you see our Universal Analytics property. So you can see this says GA4 and this says UA. So let's go ahead and click on that. So since we selected UA, Universal Analytics, there's a couple things I want to show you here. Here's the account area, the property column, and then the all website data column. So first thing you want to do is click on property settings, and then you can see the tracking ID here, but we're going to come back to that in just a second. So a couple things here. If you get deep into reporting and you learn more and more about analytics, then I encourage you to have those on. And then link attribution enhanced, I encourage you to have that on. I am not an expert at that, so I'm not going to touch base on that too much. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hit save. Now we're going to go back. Once you go back, you want to click here under the all website data column. Click on view settings. So once you click on this view settings section, go down here and then click on site search tracking. So this part here with Universal Analytics is how you find out what people are searching for on your store. So we're just going to click on that. This is what it looks like in your GrooveKart store in the URL when people search for something. All right. And then we're going to hit save. Okay. And so now let's go back. And now if you want to do one more thing, you can go to goals and we can create goals. So we can go ahead and do that if you're shooting for a goal of, let's say, add to cart, and we're going to select destination, and then we're going to say begins with. Now in your GrooveKart store, when someone adds something to the float cart and then they click next to proceed to purchase, this is the part of the URL that is in there for every store. So we're going to type that in just like that. So it's /order ? Step equals 1, and then we're going to hit save. Now we're going to set up one more goal, which is purchase. Destination, continue, and we're going to choose begins with, and we're going to choose order confirmation. The reason I say order confirmation is because this is what it looks like in the URL after you make a purchase. So it's /order-confirmation. Then we're going to hit save. Now we have 2 goals set up. And now if we go back, you can enable one last step, enable e-commerce settings, and we can turn that on. Once you enable it, you can hit save. Once you've clicked save, let's go back here and then click on property settings and grab this tracking ID. So once you copy that tracking ID, let's now go into Google Tag Manager and let's set up a new tag. Click on tag configuration, and now let's choose universal analytics, and track type, leave it as page view. And now here we're going to hit new variable, and the tracking ID is what we just copied. Leave everything else as is, and then save it just like the recommended variable name shows you. And then now we need to set up the triggering. So now we click on this and we choose all pages again, and we hit save, and then the tag name, leave it just like it is, hit save. And now we'll see that we have 3 workspace changes. So then what you do here is you just click submit, and then if you want to, you can put the name of your store, something like that, okay, and then publish. Alright, and now we are done. So now you have Google Tag Manager on your store working with Google Universal Analytics and GA4. Now let me show you one more thing you can do. If we go to the store and we visit the store, we want to see if those tags are on there. Okay, so what you can do is install this Chrome extension. So let me show you. It is called, let me just hover and go here. You can install this Chrome extension. It's called Tag Assistant for Conversions Beta. Okay, install this, and then you can visit your store, click on this Chrome extension, hit start, and then just start clicking around. As you can see, it says step 1, no issues found. We're just going to click on something just to get some more data, and then now we're going to hit end and then view the report, and it says nailed it, everything is tagged correctly. And as you can see here, it is tracking the Google Tag Manager. So that's how you can test to see if it is tracking properly. Now one more thing, right here I mentioned use a UTM generator. So what you can do is you can just go to Google and then type in UTM Generator or UTM Builder, and you'll find all these different ones. And so what is this for? This is so you can track your campaigns, track your promotions, track where you're getting traffic from, track where the sales are coming from. So this is just a quick example. So let's say I was promoting this URL, okay, and I paid an influencer on Instagram to promote my store. So I could say in EIG influencer. So the campaign source, let's say, is Instagram, and then this is the medium, whether it's CPC, banner, email, etc. Campaign name, I might save this for the Instagram influencer name of the person. Okay, so let's just say I paid 3 different influencers. I would put the name of number 1 and then the other person and then whoever those people are, right? So that if I start getting sales, when I go into analytics, I can see where those sales are coming from, and then I can see who I can pay to keep promoting my store. So this is a very simple example. The campaign term, let's say I was actually paying for advertising through Snapchat, TikTok ads, Facebook. I might put the campaign term name that I'm using, the interest, the targeting that I'm using, okay? And let's say I had 3 different video ads. Well, I might say video 1, video 2, video 3. And again, this is so that when you look at your reporting in analytics, you can see which promotions are actually making you sales. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. This was just showing you how to set up Google Tag Manager with your GrooveKart store. When it comes to analytics and diving deeper into reporting, there's tons of videos on how to do that. Just know that if you use a UTM generator similar to the one that we're looking at here, you'll be able to track your sales very easily when you look into analytics. We hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you soon. This is Frank Salinas. Thank you again for being a part of the groove.cm family. So this is just a quick follow-up. Remember, we were looking at the UTM Generator website. This is a sample Google Analytics, Universal Analytics account that Google provides for people that want to learn about Google Analytics. So we're not going to go into GA4, but I just want to show you here, related to Universal Analytics, how you could look at reports. So if you go into goals, remember we set up goals under Universal Analytics. On this demo store, if you go to goals overview, you can see the goal completion location, and you can see where most of the goals are being completed. This is an example of looking at the data. And then you remember I talked about source and medium. If you click here, you would see, oh, okay, most of our goal completions are coming direct to the website. The other 7% are coming from Google CPC, and then a very small percentage are coming from Bing. So those are examples of looking at the data. And if we look at behavior, let's say we looked at the overview, you could see where most of the traffic is going to on your store, looking at that. Now, let's just go into some other examples. If we look at the overview for acquisition, this is where most people are coming to your website, where they're coming from. So most of them are coming directly. Then we have paid search, affiliates, display, etc. If we go into audience and click on overview, here's where you could start looking and drilling down into your audiences, where they're coming from, the countries, the systems they're using, browsers, things like that, language. You could also go to location for the targeting and see where most of the people are coming from. Again, these are examples of how you would look at the data. And acquisition, if we go into, let's just say, campaigns, we could click on all campaigns, and here's some examples. Remember, we were talking about the UTM generator. Always generate a URL with the UTM generator so you can look at the data. So if we had these campaigns in these examples, you could see, oh wow, we made $1,900 on this campaign, or this campaign made $0. Oh, wait a minute, this other campaign made $293. And then you remember I talked about source, medium, etc. So then we could click on source and then see what source is working. So in this case, Google seems to be generating the most sales for this time period. Or we could click on medium and you could drill down this way. So this was just a quick example. If you want to learn more, just go to YouTube, type in how to read Universal Analytics reports, how to generate reports in GA4, etc. Watch some videos, learn how to navigate in here so that you can learn how to look at the data once you start generating traffic to your GrooveKart store. Thank you again, and we'll talk to you soon.